Hey everyone, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's Mousy, the ultimate SL clout chaser. And guess what, guys? I am bringing back SL Roundtable, or it's going to be a podcast, but we're going to title it Let's Be Fucking For Real, guys. So, our topic today is going to be Second Life relationships. And we're going to talk a little bit about what people are looking for in real life versus Second Life, and is it possible to find true love in Second Life? So most people are looking for the same thing in real life and Second Life. They're looking for physical attractiveness, someone they can trust, good communication, compatibility, maybe emotional support, respect, empathy, a sense of humor, someone willing to compromise, and of course, solve problems as they arise. So we're going to have a conversation here and kind of determine whether or not it's possible to find these things in Second Life, since Second Life is a virtual world and most of the things that we do is considered quote unquote role playing, even though real life feelings and emotions are involved. And I have like wonderful co-hosts with me. I'm going to go around the table. People, they're going to introduce themselves and let you know where you can find them and what they're into in SL and maybe how long they've been on. And I'm going to start with my good sis here, nyobi. Hey Niobi, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
How long have
Hi, I'm Niobe. I've been on here for what, 13 years since
Oh
high
wow.
school. Yeah. Yep. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Discord, 5M, and Second Life.
What do you think you have to bring to the conversation today?
Um, I have experience. I've been in two long-term relationships on here that resulted in marriage and all of that. So yeah, I think I have a lot to offer in
Okay.
the conversation. Yeah,
You also, I know you did in the past have an SL YouTube channel. Do you still have
I
that?
did. I still have it. Um, Hopefully I can start it back up soon. I've been on hiatus and just been like adding dance videos on there, but hopefully I can start it back up in a few. This will get me started. So I'm glad you're doing it. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you so much for coming. All right, and we're gonna move over to the infamous Hooly from Hooly Animations. You guys know him, like Cloud Chasers. If you've been on this channel for a really long time, we've been to Hooly shows, his rap battles, and we had that interview on the stoop. So we've known each other for a little bit. How have you been?
Was goody, clout chasers, you know what I mean? I've been good, chilling, you know what I mean? Just
Okay.
working, staying productive. Shout
So
out my Hoolie.
yeah, and your entire Hooly gang, like you have a huge SL family,
Yeah, something like the tribe.
and so you're gonna let us know a little bit how that got started.
Yeah, we go into all of that, yeah, I got y'all. I'm
Okay.
just here to, give my truth, my honesty on things and, rock out with the game.
So when I told you that I wanted to talk about SL relationships, you seemed really excited and you said, I've been wanting to speak on this topic for a minute. Is there one thing in particular that was on your mind that you kind of wanted to discuss?
Nothing in particular, just anything dealing with SL relationships. I'm like passionate to talk about because I be seeing things and dealing with things. So yeah, I'm just ready to get the shenanigans popping.
I like that. I like that. All right. Now we're going to talk to Junie. Hey, and we're at her restaurant. This is Jules Restaurant and Beach Club. In one of my other videos, I kind of showed you guys around. Maybe I'll do that at the end. If you're interested in coming here, it's open for like dinner dates, like brunches with your friends if you want to have that, maybe birthday parties, things like that. June, I'm sorry, I don't want to promote for you. You can speak for yourself.
And the
Yes,
drinks are
of
extra
course.
strong and good.
Yes, period. Thank you so much. Yeah, so this is Jules Restaurant Beach Club. We do host events, we do host wedding parties and things like that. We're having our grand opening in the next week or two, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, you can find me on YouTube at Pixel Chick Simmer. I think you can find me on TikTok at Pixel Chick Simmer as well. And yeah, thank you so much.
So
Thank
my
you. Oh,
questions.
yes, and what I bring to the table basically is I've been in 4 SL relationships in the course of my 4 years on Second Life, and I've also been in some situationships, so I have a bit of experience.
So, because of the situationships, which could be like considered a pleasant experience, but sometimes people kind of connect situationships with not pleasant experiences. Was it good for you or bad? I guess that's the first thing.
It ended badly. Like it wasn't a good experience for me. Let's just put it that way.
Okay, Junie's gonna let us know all the red flags, basically. All right, and then I have a new friend here, Ren. Ren, how are you? What do you do in SL? How long you been here?
What's going on, everybody? This is Ren Blackheart, also known DJ Rennie Ren. I've been here since, sweet Jesus, 2009? Yeah, as soon as I finished high school, I was done. Let me see, like long walks on the beach, fried chicken.
Oh my God.
Y'all be all right. I am a...
Long walks in the rain.
Listen, you play your cards right. We can play Adam and Eve. Let me see. I am a DJ. I'm a singer. I'm a stand-up comedian. I am in Second Life pro wrestler. I am a producer.
Oh boy.
That resume is
Jack of all
long.
trades.
Jack
Yeah.
of all trades.
Which one have you mastered?
Yeah.
Mastered? Oh,
Yeah.
sweet Jesus. All of them, because apparently all of them happen like at least every year. So it's like I get gigs every year and I do sets every year. Actually, I just came from one of my wrestling matches. Got my ass kicked, but that's neither here nor there.
He forgot radio host, man. I'm just trying to get him back.
Yes.
Back on Deluxe Radio, baby.
I am also the... Wow, I did create that, didn't I? I am the creator of Deluxe Radio, my own little radio company and station and stuff like that. So yeah, I dabble in everything. But with all of that, it's... Nothing comes easy. So what I also bring to the table is everything and anything. I've been through it all. Relationships, marriage, the chick cheated on me, and all of that. So we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some good conversations. So yeah.
All right, I'm excited. All right, so he's told us what he has to offer. And now we have Sissy here, Angel, who is the owner of Lux LA. Lux LA is like one of the longest running SL roleplay communities, wouldn't you say? Or am I exaggerating a little bit?
Oh, look at you hyping me up.
Always.
Yes, we are. I do consider that's definitely one of the longest running communities, which is pretty hard on SL. All things considered, if you play Second Life, the environment it's hard, and people don't role play like they used to. But I'm trying to really bring it back and even make it better. So, if you like role play, definitely check out Lux. I didn't even say my name. Hi, I'm Angel. This is my governess avatar. So if you see this avatar, I'm working in Lux. But you'll also see me around on other avatars. I am going to be doing some Second Life content, finally live streaming it again, hopefully. So if you want to check that out or any of my other gaming sites, you can go to allmylinks.com/angelfacetv and you can find me and everything I'm doing on Second Life. But back to my beautiful sister over here. So excited for Roundtable.
So am I, guys.
I'm just not excited for the topic, but
why aren't you excited for the topic?
Let me pour my cup.
Yeah. Pour me a shot too, Adele.
And grab some shots from the table.
Feel like PTSD or something.
I know, right? Let's
Tell me more.
Wait, hold on. Hooly's made a good point. He said a little PTSD. So, SL relationships, traumatic or gotta have it?
Both.
I was gonna say
But that applies to real life and SL relationships. Honestly, that just relationships in general. It's like it's either good or it's bad.
the necessary
Sometimes
evil.
it's really bad.
Sometimes it's good until it's bad.
Right.
Then it's bad
Yeah,
until it's good again.
it's always good until it's bad. It's always good until it's bad, or it's good and then it's a little bad and it's still good. But yeah, I've had a lot. I will say I've had more bad than good on Second Life. But now, honestly, I have more bad than good in real life. I'm not. So, so yeah, both lives, but definitely, you like to think because Second Life is virtual and it's a game that any type of relationship here is just gonna be as fun, like you playing Sims, but it really is just as emotionally, mentally draining as a real life relationship. You just don't have that physical aspect there, but
I like the fact you
yeah.
bring Sims. That makes sense.
What
I
did,
want to touch on that a little later. I don't know if we need to do that now, but
wait, what did you just say? You said you like the fact that
no, when
what?
she said it's a little like Sims, I do feel like people come on here, hoping for their dream. Everybody want their program or how they see things to be how they see things, but when you
Thinking they
deal
could build a bay, pretty much.
right, but when you deal with other individuals, it don't go like that at all. It's just like even building a community, right? You have this whole vision, yeah, my community gonna be like this, and that shit goes all the way left. Like, you know what I mean? You already gotta expect this is not gonna go how I want to envision this. You know what I mean? Because you could
Yeah, because
something so
vision
beautiful,
and
they just tear it down.
So if we're gonna actually
because
talk
it's
about
different than
this,
execution. That's like
yeah.
everything. Like the vision, the love, the passion. Well, that's different from the actual execution.
And
That's
even
a
when you
hard
try to
part.
execute it, it's just the environment that comes
The
into it.
vibe.
Yeah, it's just you gotta try to.
I need you guys to be more specific, please. Thanks.
Yeah, and
Okay, so then here we go.
I'm gonna try to streamline the conversation a little bit. So we talked about the fact that, and I think it's a good point. You come into this virtual world, you create your avatar, and you create an experience that you want to maybe have in your real life, or something that you have in your real life that you're able to maybe afford. Because most people can't become real estate moguls and own 11 Sims like Angel or 11 real estate buildings or create a community, but you can do that in Second Life. So I guess Novel, you're saying that people basically think that they're going to build a relationship and craft it or curate it so that to match their imagination, and that's impossible because you're working with another human being, right?
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying some people, I feel like coming.
It's just difficult. Yeah. It's well, like it's just.
I'm not speaking for
Yeah, it's
everybody,
very
but I do
difficult.
meet people that have a certain, thing that they see, and
High expectations.
it's like just like Instagram or women that I want this, I want that, I want this, and I'm not. This ain't nothing against women or men. I want this, I want that, I want this. This is what and some things maybe it's just not that realistic.
Yeah, and I don't want to say. I actually take that back. I don't think it's harder here. I actually think maybe it's a little bit easier here to like uh, put together a perfect scenario for you and the other person, like a partner. That's what relationship is like, to foster the environment and the experiences with that person that you want to have. I think that's easier here, but people don't think about like the other aspects of having any type of human connection with another human on the other end. So like you might have all these things, you might not, but you might have, all these things that you wish you had with your partner in real life, like a house together and some kids, and like y'all going to family barbecues and
Right.
vacations. But you still got another person with their own personality, their own shit they're dealing with in SL and real life. Like all their stuff that they're dealing with, their emotions, how they react, all that stuff they don't think about because it's a game.
I think that's fair. Can we talk about this? So the time frame of SL relationships. So a real life relationship lasts on average 8 years, and we have people who've been playing SL for a month, 5 years, 1 year, 15 years, 20 years plus for others, right? But it seems like the average span of a relationship in SL is 3 months if you're lucky. And if people go beyond that, we're kind of surprised about that. Why do you guys think that is? Who wants to take that question so I could
I'll
aim?
take that.
Okay, because I want to aim the camera at specific people. But okay, why do you think that is, June?
I honestly think that a lot of people join the cell for escapism. And when they come to SL, they try to meet all these people, and it just like their real life seeps into the SL. And I feel like for me, in my personal experience, like the relationships that I've had in real life have been less toxic. They've ended on good terms. But my SL relationships have mostly ended in like some type of drama, just because I feel like a lot of people have social issues and stuff like that on SL, and they don't really know how to like communicate that or even communicate effectively in general more than people in real life would do, I feel like.
Does anybody want to add to that or react to it? Do you guys agree, disagree, or
Do you feel like
Still,
people here like more often don't know how to communicate or can't communicate or don't?
she's saying
Yes.
communication is a big issue, and on top of that, people are escaping their
That's
real life,
crazy
so
though, because it's like
kind
it
of
should be easy. We just all you gotta do is send a message. It's like I feel like it should be easy, but
The thing
yeah,
of it
I
is,
feel like
it should be easy. However, common sense is not common.
right.
Yeah.
And so,
part.
with that, we have to remember that yes, Second Life is supposed to be our, our place of sanctity. It's supposed to be Second Life is supposed to be a place of peace. But unfortunately, a lot of people are starting to leave SL because it is not peace.
Yep.
It's definitely not. I don't know why anyone would get that idea.
saying.
Like you're invited to conferences to go to fights. So how can we say that it's peaceful?
Exactly.
And people are always complaining about like fights and unnecessary drama. So it's definitely not peaceful, but I want to touch on something that June said. So people come to SL to escape their reality or to decompress, whatever the situation is. So if you're escaping, there's a element of like you're not in touch with reality. So this is not real to you. So do you think that's why SL relationships die out within 3 months? Because people are not taking it seriously because it's not real.
If you have surpassed and if you have successfully passed 3 months, you're in virtual years. That means that you're ready for marriage. Let's be for real. Let's be.
Let me
for
just
real.
speak on that really quickly.
Let's
So,
be fucking for real.
I was in 2 relationships. Both of them lasted more than a year. But yet they
Oh.
still ended poorly. So I feel like what happens, and this is, I'm going to speak on for me. For me, I feel like what happens is I ignore red flags. And I ignore them because of what you guys said. It's SL, so I figure, well, it's not real life, so I can deal with that, right? But I realize now that I bring my real life personality here, right? So if I can't deal with that in real life, I don't know if I can deal with it in SL either, right? And I think that it's been proven. So
What are
even though the relationship lasts a long time, it probably should have ended sooner.
Can I ask
But
you a question?
you know what I mean?
What are some
Yeah.
of the red flags that you feel like you've ignored?
How my partners treated other people, um, how they treated me when it came to other people, some of the things that they would say about other people, like just, I'm looking for someone who is kind, who is not an asshole, right? But if they're acting like assholes to other people and not you, that's still a red flag. And
Period.
I ignored it because I was like, well, maybe, you know what I mean? Like I just kind of excused it away, and it ended up being the reason for the demise of the relationship. So that's it. That's my 2 cents.
How did your relationship end up lasting a year? Because, if the span of time is 3 months, how did it, like a year is a long time to get
A year's a
through
long time. It is. Um,
the average span, I should
that's
say.
a good question. I think because there was, okay, so in the first relationship, which you're familiar with, we had a business together, and I think that's what kept us together. Um, our YouTube channel, like all of those things. We enjoyed working with each other. So I think that was the glue for us. And so it lasted. That's why it lasted a long time. But other things, external situations, is what caused us to be at each other's throats. So, and then the second one, it was very similar. And so I'm like, should I be in business with my partner? Probably not. Because then I'm holding on to it because of the business, and I shouldn't be.
Okay. Thank you for sharing
Yeah.
that. That's interesting. What's the longest SL relationship? The longest SL relationship that you guys have had?
My current relationship with Garrett has been my longest one. We met in late December, so it's almost been like 3 or 4 months now.
Okay, that's what we said was the average span. How about you guys? What's the longest?
Mine been
7
8 years.
years. Ooh.
8 years. Okay, we're gonna turn the camera
That's
to you right
solid.
now because we got some wisdom here. All right, all right,
Would
Hooly.
have been longer, you heard? Would have been longer.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? Like, so number one, do you believe it's possible to find love in SL?
Of course, 'cause I had found my love. I ain't
Okay.
saying it was perfect. Nothing's perfect, but that was one of my. I don't, that was one of my, that was one of. I will say that's my best relationship. And I think it was more so the interest level. Like we had the. I don't know, our interest. Like I could be on the phone with my maybe for like, we just 24/7 locked in. Like we do business, music. The love is good. The sex is good. The affection is good. You already know, Stewie. I don't know about nephew, but you know what I'm saying. I'm a grown man, but respect, salute. But yeah, man, like, but one thing I will say, I hear a lot of people say is, and I get it, right? In VR, I feel like things move fast. Like, you feel like, yo, the VR 3 months in SL is like, I don't know, whatever what they say, like a year or some shit
In
like
real
that.
life, yeah.
For me, I feel like I try not to look at it like that. I look at SL with the same time zone as like I screen situations, me personally. That was really my first relationship that I ever even took serious on SL. Um I don't know if and I might be going off sidetrack. Please, Mousy, please track me if I'm going
No,
too
you're
far
you're
off.
doing fine. Like
But
just
what I will say is sometimes I like to tell people is like, you find your interests, and don't force nothing. I've never came on SL for relationship stuff too. So that's also maybe what made it, easy when something was something, if that makes sense. Like I never came on here to be dating and family. It's just things kind of just developed into that. But that wasn't really nothing I was like trying to pursue, if that makes sense. And
yeah,
it
it
just
happens organically. Was your
right.
relationship SL as well as real life?
Yes, yes. It started with SL and then it turned into real life.
And how did you know that it was time to take it to real life?
I ain't gonna front though. That 3 months sounds strong though. I gotta go back to that. Like 3 months in, it was like, oh nah, this is different. You know what I mean? And then once I knew my shorty was in the Bronx. Oh, you in the Bronx too? Oh, I'm in the Bronx. I whoop de whoop. We met. The shit was just from there. It was just like fireworks.
Oh, that's like really sweet.
Yeah, that was B.
That's really
That shit was
sweet.
like really dope.
So for those of you who, because I talk to a lot of women in SL and men too, and everybody's like, SL relationships suck and I'm so jaded. I think Novel, one of the reasons I asked you to be here is because I known you and Maybe in a relationship together and you guys were definitely locked in, amazing chemistry, good dynamic. You guys kind of bounced off each other very well. And I liked seeing you guys together as a couple. So, and I know, and
And
you,
don't get it twisted. We struggle with
of
certain things. You
course,
know what I
like
mean? But
everybody does.
for the most part, I tried to keep things under wraps for the most part, and I think she did too. But it's just, life was, it's unfortunate with life. But yeah, that's my soulmate. That's my heart.
Oh, that's really sweet. And
We
I
need
think
to
you're
hear stuff like this because
a
that
SL
is like
success
you don't hear it
story.
as much.
Yeah, you don't. You definitely don't hear it. And I think that's the point of this is like we want to have a conversation where we want to say Yeah, there are genuine people in SL. Yeah, it's possible to find love and romance anywhere you are, whether it's SL, real life, at church, in the on the train, at a bar, wherever. You can meet someone anywhere. It doesn't really matter. It's just going to be about the chemistry dynamic and whether or not this person has the character values you admire, the person, how they treat you, whether they're honest, they communicate with you, and all the other things that makes a relationship magical. But with that being said, I do have a question. And this is going to be for novel, right? In your personal opinion, when you're observing everybody else in Second Life and you're seeing they're going through all this drama on Instagram and Facebook and all this other kind of stuff, and people come to you, spilling the tea, letting you know who did this and what is your opinion? Like, what are you thinking? Like, is there a reason why people are kind of failing in their SL relationships?
I do feel like a lot of people, and I'm not mad at it. We all human, right? We all have our, some people come in on, I want to be married, whoop, whoop, de whoop. I feel like one thing to me that's real important is privacy. Privacy is very important. Like you don't have to, like even me, like I'm very affectionate with my significant other, right? But it's not something I gotta blast or I'm low key with everything I do, period. Just because I feel like it keeps my energy good. Because I don't need people, I
In
don't
your
know, energies
ear?
contract. So, all right, let me speed it up. I feel like privacy. I feel like a lot of people move way too fast. You know what I mean? That's just I understand this is VR and it feel like it moves fast. I would screen and take my time. Like, and one good thing I do with everything, business, whatever it is, 6 months. 6 months screening, seeing how this gonna go, and then from after those 6 months, and nothing is perfect. We all can build little structures that we think work. But I would just say, 6 months, seeing with how, learning the pros and cons of somebody. Maybe the next 6 months is whatever y'all want to build on, and then from there we start maybe talking about marriage and stuff like that. But I would do real life 6 months, not no SL fast, doing a million things all fast. Learn each other, and not only that, a lot of people don't know themselves. Know yourself before you're trying to deal with somebody.
Okay.
And I mean, it may not, I know it's easy, it's easier said than done, but learn yourself, because some people do not know themselves, so they
Facts.
trying to move in and do all this with this and that person, and they don't even really, they haven't took the time to really know they understand themselves, and that's why I say it's very important. Because even with me being right or wrong, I feel I'm very confident in understanding myself. So where I lack at, my truth is it holds a little more strong, because even things I slack at, I'm confident in, because I know myself. You know what I mean? And some people do not. They're getting in relationships with, and I know it's not easy. Sometimes maybe you might have to meet somebody. That's why I say all the formulas. What I'm saying is just off of what I see, but all the formulas are different. So what I'm saying don't mean it applies to everybody. Because some people may learn themselves through meeting a partner, and I get that. It's just for me, it's just a little more confidence in that when I know what I want. I know my boundaries, and so I don't know, maybe I'm a little long-winded, but I take your time. That's all I can say. Take your time. It's no rush. Nobody has to rush to do anything. I think with time it makes things more natural, organic. You really know, because in the beginning stages it's all excitement, but it's like go through the before even saying this is my partner, go through the bad a little bit to know, okay, this is what we got to work on. Then once y'all know y'all working on that, all right, now we can maybe claim each other and do the pictures and all the other stuff. That makes sense.
I agree a
And if it don't,
hundred
please let me
percent.
know.
No, it makes
I mean, but
perfect
I
sense.
want to know. I want to know how you feel though, like on the time thing. How often do you think partners on SL should come together? And like, do you think it's important to also like, especially if you don't live near each other, like
Right. No,
spend
that is
time still in
different.
SL? Like,
That's
do
that's why
you?
I'm saying I can't. I'm not gonna act like it's no answer on the time. That's gonna be with y'all. But I will say, try to take your time. Don't try. Because we could rush into things. Just try to take. Just know, even when you feel like I'm rushing into things, I'm gonna add a little more time left to make sure what I'm doing is, and we're learning each other the right way. That's the best thing I can
Yeah,
say. Because
yeah.
I
But
know
that's
some people might connect within 3 months and they feel like this is it. This is it. I'm not mad at that, but I'm just trying to say be private, you know, protect your, you know, your privacy and learning each other before you, because a lot of things that be messing up relationships is once you go public and you intervening the kids and the sister and the auntie and, you know, all that other stuff overwhelms, whether it's the
Friends.
woman or the man, and, you know, things can get overwhelming, if that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. So you touched on like a couple things that I really appreciated. So the first thing is like going through seasons with somebody. If you don't, I always say this, you don't know somebody until you hit a rough patch. Then you'll see what their problem solving skills are, and then you'll see how down they are for you, and you'll see how well they treat you. And another thing you said that like really hit home with me, know yourself. There are too many women, especially on SL, and men too, because I actually had a conversation with one of my male friends the other day about this. He was like, why this girl don't like me? Like I'm doing this for her, doing that for her. If you know yourself, you're gonna know when it's time to move around. People stay in things way past their expiration date because it's like they have uncertainty with themselves and they don't know like this is my threshold. This is what I want, A, B, and C. I can compromise on C. Here are the things that's not working for me. And these are the things that's working for me. The things that don't work outweigh it. You're a good person, but it's not a match. And people don't seem to know when to let go of things, and they just let it get so bad that you can't even talk to the person, or you just hate the person, or a person has to walk you like a dog and do you dirty 1, 5, 10, 30 times before you realize like this is not your person. So I
I mean,
really
I know
like
it
that.
depends on the person too, though. But like, I feel like certain things hold certain different weights, though, and I feel like for each person, it's going to be different. Like you said, you got to get to know yourself. But like, for each even thing that you receive from that person, obviously, there's got to be something there that's holding you. If you're sticking around through so many things where you're miserable, like there's got to be something, at least one thing there. Good sex,
Right.
whatever it is. Like certain things are going to hold certain more weight than like the other things, even if the overall picture, like or the overall relationship is just not good. Like I think it's just gonna be harder for some people or take longer, you know.
But can I ask you a question? So,
To let it
just
go.
piggybacking on what you're saying, if you're saying that this is the type of person I want somebody who's family orientated, I want someone who spends time with me, I want someone who pours into me emotionally and supports me. Financial security is important, but it's not that important to me. I am an acts of service person, I am a words of affirmation person, and your partner is not that. How could there be a conflict or like any confusion about this person when you know yourself and you know what works best for you? Like that's what I'm always confused about.
Love makes people confused. Love makes people do things that don't make no goddamn sense. That's
That,
why.
nah,
That's
that's a
why.
fact.
That's
That's a
why.
fact.
That's why.
That's
And you could be
facts.
a smart person. You could be like, damn. Didn't you go to MIT? Ain't you? You know.
That's why you gotta balance that emotion and that logic. I know it's not easy. It's easier
You're
said
said than
than, you know what I
done.
mean?
Yeah.
But
Yes,
it's like you
emotion is
have to
hard.
try to, like, I gotta balance my logic with my emotion. It's not easy. And that's why the
Hard.
women and men, because you know they try to say women emotional, men are logical, and it's like that balance, right? That's what they say. I don't know. I'm not acting like I'm no guru or nothing like that. But I feel like I do understand at least the virtual aspect pretty good because I see certain things and I'm just like, yeah, I could have seen that coming a mile away. Like, what? Why would you? But I'm not, I'm gonna get okay, yeah, celebrated the wedding and all that. But it's like I already know, like, yeah, in 2 months when it's happening, oh yeah, Lou, such and such done did. Yeah, I'm not surprised. You know what I mean? Because people be moving too fast to me. I feel like people, at least for me, what works for me is I move, and I tell that when I deal with people, even with dating, I move like a turtle. And it's just for me, everybody's different. Don't get it twisted. The feelings might move fast, but certain things, I'm not showing you all my skill set. I'm not showing you my best moves up front. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just me though. I'm a
Taking
Taurus, so I'm
time to like open up.
stubborn. yeah, I'm disciplined, and discipline is important to relationship. Discipline,
So
all the
someone
little things.
good with you is patient and, like
I love
takes
patience
the
because
time and asks the right
it
questions to
just
get to know
nurtures to
you.
me right. It just nurtures right to me, for me. I
Well,
can't
how
speak for
often did
everybody.
you talk to, if I can ask, like how often did you talk to maybe?
Once we locked in, we was talking 24/7. Like, and that's how I am. Like, I'm
So
a
you would
my
go
my
every day
yeah,
and
I'm
talk to.
clingy. I'm very protective and over possessive. I could overindulge, but even with that, I still knew. Even with overindulging and we communicating, like, cause it was very respectful for the first 3 months or so. Then once
I
we
love that.
we dabbled into the extra flirty stuff. It was fun, but I still was like, yeah, I'm chill. I'm not a dude that I ain't gonna say too much because we ain't talking about all that. But what I will say is I take my time. I ain't no dude that's just whipping no prim out. That don't never interest me humbly. Cause I'm a hands-on dude. I'm real life. Me personally. You know what I mean? I can't speak for everybody. But and I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, like, as the pixels never entice me. It's the mental connection, and then from there is building, like, why do we have this connection? And I'm a problem solver. So I take my time. I want to figure it out, and then I want to make sure it's nurtured right. And nothing is who knows what's right. Because even me and May went through our struggles, but we just still knew how to try to somewhat keep things, where the public don't have to interfere in our relationship, which is hard to juggle too. When you're on here and we got a real relationship, then people all in your business, and then that's a whole nother thing.
That's my toxic trait right there. That's my toxic trait. I need to. I absolutely agree with you that privacy is important and it does help um keep the relationship where it should be like between the two of you and give you more time to like work things out. But like it's just hard for me. Like I just want to vent sometimes. You want to talk about it, the good and the bad. You know what I mean? Like you want to put that person in your profile. You want to like show them off. At least for me, like when I really care about someone, like I want to express that to people around. I'm just want to show it off. Like want to show people I'm happy, not the you know not the shitty stuff. But I end up you know sharing the shitty stuff too. I'm always going to my friends like, "Am I crazy? Like this happened. Can you believe this? Can you believe this? You know what I mean? Like it's
I dig
hard
it.
for me. I think, but I do realize. I think I'm old enough now. I realize that it's a detriment, but I'm working on it. I feel like I'm working on it. So I love that you said that and that
I
y'all
respect
had that.
that. I want to add one more thing, if that's cool.
Of
I don't want
course.
to, be talking. Even though I told you, Mousy, I'm passionate. I don't want to be trying to talk too much over everybody. But one thing I feel is important is exclusivity, right? And I'm not saying I'm exclusive. I done been a smut in real life. I ain't gonna act like I ain't been a little whore. I worked on myself, but on SL, I feel like I'm exclusive, and I feel like even with men on here, like it's like, and this is no disrespect to the females, we hold power because there's way more women than men. So when men is just out here
Yes,
wilding out, I'm like,
yes,
what are you doing, bro? Do you know you could be exclusive? Like, no one can't throw no smut on my name on the grid, for real, for real. Like,
For
that's
real.
why another reason I could be confident. You know what I mean? Because that's exactly like you said, run real men, if that. But I'm just saying, even with real men, these niggas be just going crazy, and I'm just like, bro, like, how pixelated are you, bro? Like, relax. Like, it's like, chill. Like, tell your shorty to turn into Betty Boop. Thelma, if that's gonna entice you, you can around the mad people, bro. I've
No,
always been
he's for real.
That's
like, it's
facts.
easy. I feel like that's why I be like, humbly, I ain't going front. I'm cocky. Like, I'm not arrogant, but I feel like, yo, I'm a prize. I'm a SL. 18 years on here. I maybe got
Yo,
5 SL people's, maybe, and they wasn't even no real relationship. So I feel like, yo, I'm exclusive OG SL nigga. You heard? Like I
Yeah.
walk around, let my balls hang. What? Who? What? Yeah, no, but yeah, they can't say nothing about me. You know, I'm just saying, like, cause I know women. You know, they rush to when a nigga's new. When I was telling you, Mousy, when a dude is new or from IMVU or 5M, and I'm like, you rushing for some new dude. And this dude is gonna crash out, cause he's going, you know what I'm saying? He gonna be with you, tailing him around, teaching him things. He want to see what's on the other side. You know, if the grass is green on the other side, you gotta let him bump his head 4 or 5 times. You can't be jumping up on him like, and then you surprised when he doing crazy shit. Yeah, he's new on here. Like, it's just, I don't know. I know I'm jumping around, but I'm like, I just be like, yo, yeah, my men, man, stay stern, man, stay exclusive, stay solid, man, cause it's beautiful. Cause then the women will throw themselves on you, and you could flirt, whatever you want to do, and then you just pick, alright, you know, but keep it real. Like, yo, I ain't gonna front, I ain't really trying to date, whatever it is, and then take your time. You know, I don't know. I just take my time on here, but then again, it's easy for me to think like that, cause I never was on SL for dating. So you know, I do how to understand that.
And to definitely piggyback on that, a relationship is basically, when you look at the word relationship, it's basically a ship, so that way you can make sure that it sails perfectly. Yes, there's going to be some bumps on the road, there's going to be bumps on the water, but if you have that perfect crew, then you have a perfect ship. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to get it on the first try. Absolutely not. If you do that, then praise Yahweh. I need to know your material. But if you like everyone says, take your time. If you take your time in these SL relationships, I promise you'll see a lot of good results. You'll see a lot of good positive things. Like my longest relationship, 3 years.
That's
on SL.
amazing too.
Now, that wasn't on the urban side of SL. That was on the caucus side of SL. But that's another say for another day. But
What is that? Wait, hold on. I'm going to stop you there. What does that have to do with anything?
You're absolutely correct. But I've come to realize, for me, for relationships, the biggest lesson that I learned: take your time.
Okay.
May I say something about that?
Absolutely.
So I've decided to step out of the whole dating thing on SL, and I spoke to Mousy about that, which is probably what started this whole thing.
It's what
'Cause I was
prompted
like,
this
yeah, I'm
round
jaded.
table.
I'm jaded. I'm out of it. I tapped out, you know, but it was because it's not fun anymore for me. Like it used to be fun. It used to be like, oh, you know, I want to share my SO with someone, blah blah blah. But um, I noticed that I have more fun in my friendships than I do in the actual romantic relationships. I've had two, dated a couple of times, spoke to a couple of these new fellas as he talks about, but I never really went far, even though they were trying to rush because I am jaded, and I thought that's what it was. But I'm hearing Hooly, and I'm like, yeah, that's what it is. You know that that person is new, and how much can they offer you anyway? And I'm not talking about financial stuff. I'm just talking about they don't even know the culture of SL. They don't really know anything yet. They just got here. So, but as far as the guys that've been here for a while, I'm jaded. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to add to this conversation.
But what's
It's
wrong with dating for fun? Why? Like, I
it's not fun
understand, like,
anymore. It's not
well, I
fun.
know,
It's
I
not
know,
fun.
I know, but maybe it could be fun again. Like, what?
Try.
Maybe the way that you're approaching it, because that's where we come back to the high expectations. Because I think about like when I was dating in real life, and I was just dating for fun, like actually genuinely going in and just dating for fun. I would always set myself up for a better date. You know, I'd vet them way better. I'd take more time vetting them because I'd be like, okay, well, at the very least, we're gonna have a nice date. We're gonna have a fun date. Let's go do something, you know what I mean, that on SL That's interesting. You know, I never been to, I don't know, the Grand Canyon in SL. Let's go look. You know, like, and then you're picking a person. You talk to them probably longer. There's no emotion involved.
But I
And
can
you're
do
just
that with my
going to have a
friends.
Exactly. I agree with Niobe on
I can
that
do that
one.
with my friends.
You don't need to
Yeah,
get
but what you
emotionally
can't do
entangled
your
with
friends
somebody
is
for that.
Yeah.
some, you know,
No.
intimacy with it. I feel like, well, I mean, I guess that's
Yeah, no.
by the person, but some people, like, if they, I don't know, for whatever reason, you can't get intimacy in real life, or like you just don't want to have intimacy in real life, and you go, hey, I want some type of intimacy in SL. I just think you have more fun when you set it up for just having fun. Like, if you're setting it up where you're like, it's only going to be fun for me if I meet someone that I actually have a really deep, genuine connection with, and that like actually cares about me, then yeah, you're not going to be able to date for fun. But I think that's any type of dating, any type of
I think
relationship.
you have to have fun in order to date for fun, and I haven't had any fun dating. So I'm like, maybe it's time to step out of it and just enjoy my friends and my family on SL and the things that I do, and not be boy crazy.
Yeah, I could see
Yeah,
that. I understand that. Can I respond to what
yeah.
you said, Angel? I know this is probably an unpopular opinion, a little bit unhinged. The door is on the ground at this
Uh-oh.
point, but I'm gonna say,
Where's Ring Set?
I'm gonna say this. I don't believe in dating for fun. Like, I don't want to be bouncing around from person to person, expending energy like that. I'm always dating for a life partner. It doesn't necessarily, at this point, because I've already been married, like, it doesn't even have to be marriage. Like, I just want to be with my person. That's it. Like, it's so if I'm looking at you and I'm vetting you, it's for, like, are you gonna, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Like, how long are you gonna last? If I don't think you're gonna last long, I'm not gonna waste my time. Like, why am I gonna do that for? Like, and even in SL, the hope would be so that it could transfer to real life if that's possible. But I want to say this: a lot of people said a lot of interesting stuff. Like, besides taking the time, right, which is a big thing. Something I heard was discernment, right? Because you guys talked about, hey, this person's from 5M. They've only been here 2 weeks. What are we doing here? Then there are some people, men and women, who have multiple SL babies that's in their inventory that they're not using because it was poor judgment, maybe. Like, why would you? And so Hooly also said about having standards and respect for yourself as a man or a woman. Like, why you just out here like that, and bopping, and just sullying your own name and reputation.
Whoa. Listen, okay. This is where it comes into play that people are different. We can't, like.
No.
It sounds so judgy.
I'm
It sounds so
Right.
judgy.
No, sorry guys. No. Sorry guys. I'm sorry.
I like luck, but yeah, I'm
Wait.
not with all that. I
I'm
need
sorry.
investment.
Yeah.
Me personally, but I ain't mad at luck.
I think
Everything's an
the
investment.
person and the time. It depends on the person.
Wait,
No,
wait, guys, can I just run it back? I'm sorry. I did not mean for that to sound judgy, but what I'm saying is this. If you're running into situations like this, if you're not, and that's me, you, anybody, the person who's in the next parcel over, if you're continually running into bad situations, it might require adjustment. That's all I'm saying. It might require, like, examining the person a little bit more closely, because you don't have to make the same mistake twice. That's in anything, at your job.
But I think you gotta examine yourself closely.
True,
You gotta say,
of
okay,
course.
I'm getting hurt, but I'm out here like.
Of course. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean for that to sound judgy. I didn't.
If I'm out here going to
No,
the adult
everybody's
Sims
fine.
looking for a person, and I'm hopping around and stuff, and then I'm getting disappointed, then you have to adjust what your expectations are for what you're doing. If you
I
wanna
did
meet
that and I've
someone-
tapped out.
No, I'm not saying it's always going to work. You're still going to run into other people that don't. Your expectations just don't match. But again, that's why you're not compatible. But you got to go into it thinking.
You gotta adapt too.
You got to adapt.
I just don't want to go into it at all.
Have discernment. We got to separate. Okay, even if the feelings come really fast because we're talking a lot, because it's virtual, whatever, you still have to take the time to have the right discernment and be logical. Like, it's easier said than done. But
I
if
feel
that's
you.
your
People keep
self-reflection-
saying that it's easier said than done, but like,
even you said it. It's easier.
no,
said
it's
than
no,
done.
wait,
It's
no,
hard.
let's
We're
roll it.
human.
No, guys, this is the Be Fucking For Real podcast, so we're gonna be fucking for real right now. No, I'm calling y'all to the table. No, and not y'all in particular, but I'm just saying in general. There has been situations that you've seen that you said to yourself, that'll make no sense. Like, you knew this was gonna happen. You can't tell me that you didn't know this. And that's what we're
That's the
talking.
red flag she was talking about.
And
like,
Angel, hold on a second. Let me
you
just
like the
finish.
other thing?
Angel, let me just finish.
We in love, okay?
No, but that can't. You can't.
Sometimes.
No. Are we gonna be adults and grown-ups, or are we gonna just play this game where, like, oh, let's not be judgy, we don't know? You got to protect your energy and protect yourself. How do you protect your energy, protect yourself? Have some discernment. And I know people don't like to hear it. I know it sounds judgy. I know it doesn't sound good, but don't. Sometimes, like the first time, I get it.
Too logical, like.
But the truth don't sound good. You right? No, I agree with. I mean, I'm not saying I don't agree with you, Angel, but Mouse, yeah, preach, man. Yeah.
Like, I mean, you.
Making it sound so easy.
No.
He said preach.
No.
But it's discipline.
Like
they
didn't.
If
They didn't
things
have
too
one
easy,
person at least.
Right.
One person where you were just like you ignored those.
Of
red
course,
flags.
of course. But how many times you gotta knock
But
your head?
discipline yourself.
How many
Challenge
times you gotta
yourself.
knock
You
your
heard?
head?
I did it twice. I'm done.
Nyobi, don't let me start with you. Don't let me start
Okay,
with
go ahead. Start with me. I want to hear it.
you.
I wanna hear
You
what
was
you gotta
moving
say.
fast. You was moving fast.
With both of my relationships, I agree.
Yeah, you was moving. I would have took you. I told you I'd have grabbed you by the collar, like, sis, what the hell you doing out here?
You talking about with my two relationships?
I'm not saying I'm not judging you. I'm just saying you was moving fast when you posting. Now I would have took you like, like, yo, sis, chill. Don't be posting too. Take your time, man. Like, you know what I mean? Slow down.
What you mean post my marriage? I was married though.
I know, but maybe you got married too goddamn fast. Like,
It was after I had known him for a year. How long do you have to know someone?
I ain't know you married him for a year. Cause I thought
I would have known him for a year.
Pardon me.
See, she was real quiet with it.
Pardon me. Yeah, she might have been.
even say
But I
nothing.
thought you was with some dude.
That's funny, Angel.
Hold on. 3 months later.
No, he's right.
Other name. That's all I'm saying. I'm just on the outside looking in. That's all I'm saying. I ain't.
Okay, let me explain. So the last relationship I was in, part of what you're saying is correct. When me and my last relationship, we got together and something tragic happens in my life. My mom passed, and I kind of leaned on him a little extra. And so it was fast. You are absolutely right.
You vulnerable,
Yes.
yeah. I know it. I was
You are
vulnerable all
absolutely
that
right.
shit. I ain't
Yeah,
mad.
see? So I was definitely, so you are absolutely right about that. And the red flags, so it was that fast, vulnerable, and then ignoring red flags. Definitely. And so I told Mousy when we were talking the other day, I was like, I think my picker's off because I'm talking to people and I'm not really interested in talking to them, and maybe it's time for me to just not talk to anyone. And that's where I'm at. And I'm not saying that the people that decide to date and stuff are wrong. It's okay for them to do it, but for me, maybe this was something I should have did 2 years ago when I was in that vulnerable state. Maybe I should have been like, nah. You know what I mean?
No regrets,
And
sis.
I feel
You make adjustments now. No
Right.
regrets.
Yeah.
And for me, I sincerely care. I love you. I care about you.
Same.
And you a dope person. Like everybody's
And
dope.
you have good
know what I'm saying?
discernment. You have
The
really
dopeness.
No, but can I
Most
say
people.
this about you, Nyobi?
feel
And I
like
literally told you, Nyobi, I literally told you this earlier. I said, like, you're such a warm.
Mousy.
I told this to Nyobi earlier. She's like, honestly, like, you're the most easy person.
Breaking
to,
up a little.
I said
breaking up a little bit.
you're the most easy person to get along. You're warm. You're super nurturing. You're always friendly. You're always like. extending open arms. Hey, you want to go to this place? Let me introduce you to my family. Like, you're a good person. Like, if I ever hear that you fell out with somebody, I'm always shocked. Like, and you're fucking sane. Like, you're smart, you have good conversation. And I'm not just saying this because I'm gassing you up or blowing smoke up your ass. I literally told you that today. Like, anybody would be lucky to have you, and that's on my son. And I'm being really honest about that. But the thing is too, I think it's a little extreme for you to say, but you might need to reset.
Can I bring something to the table though?
Yeah, of course, right?
She's
Like,
vulnerable, and it's like her heart right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, okay, so basically, I don't know if you guys have heard about this concept, but it's called the 4B movement. And and then the guys started their own thing. The guys
we heard of it.
Yeah, the guys started their own thing called the 5B movement. Basically, it's like you don't have any relationship with somebody, you don't have kids with somebody, you don't marry somebody, and you don't. It's
fucking stupid.
I feel like sometimes it's what's necessary to do, just because you, like, if you are to the point where you've had so many people like kind of walk over you, or you don't really know like the red flags, or maybe you're not good at discerning them, then sometimes that's maybe the best thing to do at the time. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like, if you're not having fun in a relationship, then it's not like you're missing out on anything. You know what I'm saying? So I see where you're coming from, and I feel like if this things don't work out with Garrett, that's probably where I'm gonna be, at least for SL as well, because it's just been so many bad experiences on SL.
So let me
you got to be in the right mind space, honestly.
let me say this, and for you, Niobe, and for listening to what they are saying about you and your wonderful accolades and your wonderful attributes. I certainly believe that the one that is going to be for you is going to be the one that you do not expect. Simply because you're not going to expect someone that's going to hold your heart prestigious like your friends do. You're not going to expect that one person that's going to actually, I don't want to say hype you up or gaslight you, but more of push you to where you are. And
that makes sense.
As much as it is going to be very hard to find that on Second Life as of this current moment, considering the fact that the good ones are already either A, already married, or B, not playing SL anymore.
Right.
Run. I disagree with you on that.
I do too.
One. Everything else I love, where you were saying she got to take her time and is gonna find herself, but I wouldn't. All part is fun and just married. I don't agree with that at all.
I don't. Okay.
I don't. But I'm not mad at how you seeing it, because you might see it from a better perspective and a lens than me. But I just don't think that thing matters as far as that. Like, you know what I mean? I just feel like, but that whole everything else you were saying, that's how I feel like how sis is going. Like she's not worried about looking for them.
Like,
but we don't know. That's just like how we ain't. We don't got no statistics.
It's true, we
don't.
But
we don't know the odds. Do you know the odds? What's the odds?
For 15 years.
I've been on here for 18 years. What are you talking about? So
you cannot tell me if you talk to.
But
your
we
friends,
don't know the odds.
If you look at social media, you say all the time that people get into stuff.
But we're also talking about them making bad decisions too.
How we gonna base that off of like they all took in? All I'm trying to say is I think the best. This is just my opinion. I think the best advice is the whole beginning part he gave her is immaculate. That ending, that's crushing. But then it's still that ending don't stand on nothing. Like, oh yeah, they might be taking. I wouldn't even give her that because we don't know.
There's always a chance.
I'm not saying I'm not saying you wrong. I'm just saying base that off of some type of statistics.
Right.
I feel like he has some merit only because it's the statistics of how many guys are in SL versus girls, and if you look at it, like if there's so many girls to one guy, then the probability is he's already taken. You know what I'm saying?
Let me take that. Hold on. Let me bring it back. Let me bring it back. Now, and if I get canceled, so be it. I'll come back stronger as ever.
There
is a difference. There is a difference between having a man and having niggas.
Talk your shit.
If we're gonna be real, let's be for real.
Let's be fucking for real.
On SL are thinking at the mentality of a nigga, and all they want is to get into people's pants. Now,
Yeah.
the real gentleman.
Yeah, you ain't monetizing this. You ain't monetizing this.
It's fine. It's fine.
She can bleep it out. She can bleep it out.
No, I'm not editing
If she
anything.
does, whatever. I'm sorry if I get you.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Continue. Continue.
Your Patreon
Continue.
karma.
That's fine.
You're
Listen,
talking
my
some
name
real
is Uncle
shit.
Ruckus.
You're
No,
talking real shit. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
But this is what I've seen on SL, and yes, when it comes to the 5M and then everywhere else and IMVU, newsflash, most of them are niggas.
But what does that mean exactly?
Trophy girlfriends, trophy wives. They want those
Ego driven. They're to have their.
It's very surface, very surface.
Okay.
There's no depth to
Yeah.
it. And so, guys,
and-
for 1 second, just for my people who don't understand urban culture, and you're just like, I'm not exactly sure what he's saying, because I know I have a lot of non-brown people who watch my channel. So basically what he's saying, he's using this word and a term to say it's very surface. Or you can explain it, Brennan, if you want to. There's no substance, there's no depth, and it's just about the flash and what it looks like, right? Is that fair?
Yes, and it's
My
basically
good
it's
sis
like
had the translation.
translation. It's a lot of people that just want to come into the game, find somebody, stab and squirt in pixel form, and then leave.
Period.
And not hear from them again. And the thing about you, Nyobi, is that you have a really good heart and you have really good intentions. So this is my advice to you. Don't you let anybody put their mouth on you.
Wait, but listen, let me just say this. Let me say something. Hold on.
Let her respond, please.
Let me respond to this for a second. Okay, so there was something recent that happened. It's so funny that we're talking about this. So I met someone, whatever, right? And they were like, so all of a sudden one day he was like, what are you looking for exactly? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, I don't know, you just seem like a wifey type. And I was like, oh, what? Right? And I was like, I'm not looking for a relationship, if that's what you're talking about. No. So, but for some reason, what I'm getting, and this is what I'm hearing from guys that, you know, try to talk to me, is that I'm carrying myself like this wifey type, so to speak, whatever the hell that means. So please explain. Can you explain that to me? You're a guy. Y'all are guys. What's that mean?
Say it one more time.
I'm the wifey type,
When they
and I'm not looking for a relationship. I just said that, and I don't carry myself like I do. So
okay. So when this is my version of when they say you're the wifey type. When you're the wifey type, that means you are an encourager, which means you are a queen, which means you know how to help the king run the empire in the castle.
how do you get that from one conversation?
This sounds like too much
Because
work.
the way that you present yourself, you know how. Think of it like
The way
this,
that
when
you carry yourself, darling.
the way that you carry yourself. So think of it like this: if you're walking into an interview and you go ahead and you already are in this mindset, already, oh, I'm about to like actually get this job. Cool. You're already talking to the manager and everything like that. Y'all are having a cool, calm, collective conversation. Not even talking about, you know, your questions and what have you. Just by you showing yourself naturally, that's how people can know.
I don't know about that, because you don't know somebody till you know somebody. But okay.
Right.
I feel like
think
I
that
feel
you're
like if
saying
somebody
is-
says running game, like it's really running game.
I think it's
stupid.
because I'm not screwing them right away. I think that's what it is. I really do. I think
That
that's
might
what
be
it
too.
is.
That's an
Like that's
impression
what
right
they,
there.
like you said, they want
But
the squirt,
that's
all that
a
shit,
good
and I'm
sign
not
for
doing.
you to know that's not for you though. Like that's why you gotta know how to. Unfortunately, this whole life shit is chess, right? You gotta know how to, if you explain something about yourself to somebody,
Thank you for
right?
saying that.
And then to test them, you do little things to test them. Testers.
To take their temperature. Taking your temperature, exactly.
Or she wasn't paying attention to that. It's not all the way bad on them because everybody's doing whatever they doing. But you know them things that you think is important to you.
Right.
That's why I say it goes back. It starts from knowing self. Because once you know self, you know, okay, this is what I know. I'm gonna be honest. Even with me,
and then you can communicate self.
This dating, I'm telling y'all, I'm assertive. I don't play no games. I'm not with none of that. You know, I ain't gonna front. I'm an amazing flirt. But once that shit start getting to like sex, phone sex and shit, I'll be quick to be like, yeah, I'm good on all that. Like, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, humbly, I be telling, like, I'm direct if they ask me. I like that in real life. For me, you know, it's each his own.
On here,
but I'm very shout out.
You don't know, but you are
No. I feel like I know. I told you I'm exclusive, but I know myself. For me, I'm not saying I'm perfect for everybody, any female, no. But I ain't gonna front. I do feel like, I'm a prize. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I do feel like I know what I want. I know.
So we gotta let the women be.
Wait. I want to ask Angel a question. Angel.
To know.
Angel.
I feel like the ones I be shooting my shot to though, like when I be pursuing the joints I pursue. Like, they be kind of, and I think maybe I'm a little too strong when I pursue. Like, I don't have no game. You know, I'm going to be honest. I've been trying to date. Like, it's certain joints I've been trying to pursue. And I feel like I don't know. I might come off a little too strong. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just too real and serious with mine.
What type of joints do you pursue? Like, what type
I fall for females that people wouldn't think is my match. Like, because people like, what's your type? I'm like, I don't really got a type. It's like a mental thing, but it'd be a certain vibe. You know, like if we going off the pixels, it'd be a certain look or vibe. And I ain't going front. I might come on a little strong, and I gotta remember, I could be aggressive. Like when I'm with my woman, I'm very delicate. I'm a sweetheart, but I am naturally aggressive. And females be a little off front, but then later on, I feel like once I fall back, I fall all the way back, and then they start reaching out, and then I'm like, you know, my mind think like, oh, now you wanna, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, that's something I gotta work on. But I'm like, oh, now you trying to reach out to me? Fuck out of here! Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not even trying to spin the block. I'm good. Like, I don't even want to, you know what I mean?
Mind you, you scared them away because you were being all like aggressive.
But I wasn't like, but
you was just preaching. You need to take that.
You know what it is? You can't have it all.
Yes, you can.
No, you cannot.
Yes, you can.
No,
when you meet the person, you that good, the best side.
But I feel like once if I'm shooting my shot and you can't understand my communication shooting my shot, I feel like that tells me you're not, or even if you exactly, and I can accept that.
I don't know. You might be missing one.
I'm not even concerned about the past. Funny. I have no regrets. I move on.
You found someone too, like
right, and it was natural. So I want my shit to flow like that. I'm gonna be honest.
That makes sense.
I ain't gonna say nothing's perfect, but I'm like, yo, you ain't double. You not double backing on me. And when I was trying to shoot my shot, and then maybe you learned a little more details or whatever it is. Now I'm like, oh nah, you might have learned something, and now you use it. I don't know. That's just my mind. I make paranoid.
In the beginning, do you think
this is too complicated? I'm done. I'm done.
I feel like females say they want a man to come at them and, yo, hey, how you doing? You know, I'm attracted to you. I want to pursue you. Like when I talk to a female, I literally tell her, yo, I don't pursue women, but something about you, I want to pursue you.
What?
And I think
that is a terrible line. I don't want to pursue women, but
some women just don't know how to respond. And maybe it's just too forward. Maybe it's too forward.
No, it's not forward. Listen to what you're saying. I don't pursue women. That means I'm hearing I'm not going to put any effort or energy to you. I just want you to fall at my feet. I'm not interested.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that.
That's what it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like.
No. When I'm trying to tell a woman I'm pursuing her, meaning that, like, yo, I want to whatever it is, like I'm willing to match your energy at that point. Like who are you? I'm feeling you. No, I'm not saying hell no, I ain't saying fall on my I
you
can't deal with
actually
no
talk to
woman
her
to
and
fall on
say
my
that,
feet.
But you said that you the prize, and when you say that, that's what
No.
make it. That's what it sounds.
No. I don't
But
tell
you
no
do-
woman. I don't tell no woman that. I was saying this within y'all. I'm just saying that I feel like I'm not saying I'm the prize.
You're
I
a
feel
catch.
that
You're a catch.
I feel. Yes, I feel like I
That's
know
it.
I am a catch.
Wait.
But I'm not saying that to women.
No, that's fine.
Where-
This is perfect.
He
Wait,
is.
hold on. Can
He
I?
is a catch.
Wait, hold on, you guys. Pause 1 second, because I love the fact that he just said this, and it takes me back to what Ren said, and it takes me back to what Angel said. Because Ren said, unfortunately, you're not going to find that in SL. So this leads me to ask you guys a question. How many people think they will be a good partner to someone who was in a relationship with them here at this table? Like, I'm loyal, I'm honest, I have all the good characteristics to make a successful relationship.
Oh, you wanted to get spicy?
No, we're not. We're not getting.
Really
No,
want-
wait, no, Angel, don't over. Hold on a second. Don't,
Okay.
you guys, don't over.
Angel is a mess.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, look, don't,
I love y'all.
yeah,
I love
don't,
Mousy.
Angel is a whole mess.
Angel, please don't overthink this. It's a yes or no question. It's not a something to expand on.
I love it.
Do you think that you have qualities that
Mousy,
another
say that
person?
again?
Do you think that you? It's a yes or no question, guys. Do you think? Because I'm asking this intentionally. Do you think you have qualities that another person would appreciate and that would enhance their life, and that you would make a good partner to a person? And that can be anything. I offer financial stability. I offer good skills. I am a good support system. I am a loyal person. I'm an honest person. I am an all-in person. Like, do you?
I give good head.
Whatever. Like,
geez.
all of it. Yes or no? Yes.
You can't
Nate,
answer
hold
that
on.
unless we all. No. We can't answer that unless we all first say.
No, Angel, please, I'm begging you, don't say anything. Just yes. Angel, just yes or no, because I'm actually going somewhere with this. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
So I want to ask you guys this question because I really do believe how you think impacts what comes to you in life. If you guys all feel like you're amazing people you're not perfect people, you have a lot to offer someone else in a relationship. Why do you think it's so impossible to find someone in SL or anywhere else? You exist, so why can't your counterpart exist? That's all I'm asking. Because it kind of bothered me when you guys were
I'm
like,
not saying it can't exist. It does. Because, again, if we're saying that, then we're saying, based off of the things that we heard about each other, like, we think that we would offer them what they want. I think the bigger picture is there's so many different types of personalities in here that people are looking for different things. And
that's
they're in different
okay.
places in their life.
That's
And there's
okay.
Different love
they
languages.
don't mesh, for one. Two, again, the number's off. There's way more women here than men. And three, it's just you got to be realistic. It's going to be hard and difficult, even for you have to do the things to even put yourself in that position to meet people, to have a better chance at meeting that person.
So let's talk about realistic. Realistically, every partner you date is not going to be the one until you find the one. So you could look at it in a pessimistic point of view where you're like, every relationship is a failure versus I learned something from this person. I enjoy and honor this experience and I move on. Or you could look at it, or that's actually a little bit optimistically, or you could look at it pessimistically where you're just like, this sucks. I didn't find what I want. This person was so terrible to me. And I only feel like people are terrible to you if you don't move around. If something's not working, you don't move around. Otherwise, if you just leave when things are not working, like when you kind of really sit down, analyze it, tally up the pros and the cons, and if you don't walk away, then it becomes terrible. It becomes you're a victim in this situation. But
Can I say something real
yeah,
quick?
go ahead.
Because Mousy, you done hit the nail on something, right? Because and Angel, I hear you saying realistic, right? And tell me if I'm wrong, right? And I always thought of this. It's way more realistic on SL than even in real life. So if we saying realistic, it's way.
Yeah.
And let me ask y'all a question, because I feel like I'm about to body this shit real quick.
Body it. Go
Why
ahead.
do y'all think I say it's
okay.
more realistic to find somebody on SL than real life?
Because you're behind a screen and the person is, you're first of all,
You're
it's-
more comfortable being
and they're
yourself.
just
Not even
talking.
just that though. It's niche. You know how important niche is? Like, anybody you meet in the VR world is a little more. If does that make sense? Like, we're
Yeah,
more,
they have more
like,
in
niche,
common with you, kind
niche
of.
is more exclusive. Like, people think niche is bad. Niche is amazing. When you have a niche, that's like, oh, this is my lane, right? I'm punctured in this, right? Because even with me, with real life, right? It's hard for me to date in real life because I'm on SL and people and females, oh, you always on that game. Or, you know, they want it down. I'm jumping from video editing, doing this.
You
They
got
seeing me
something
doing
you
all
really
kind of
enjoy,
shit.
you could do together.
Yes.
Not even just that, though. Like, you know, yeah, it's somebody. It's just somebody that don't understand what you're doing, if that makes sense. You know
No, it
what I
makes
mean?
perfect
Like,
sense.
and
But
just
I
like
still
y'all
think
said,
people are so different. I just think people are.
I'm
so
not mad at
different
that.
still.
There's
But
nothing
what
wrong
I'm trying
with
to
that.
say is, you don't think niche is closer to finding something more realistic? You got people out here just meeting people in the club, and you don't know a nigga what
they're
do coke,
interested.
nigga drug dealing.
Right.
Okay,
I
what
don't
if you meet somebody on
social
SL that
security
don't really
work.
SL, like that don't like maybe they've been on here for so
No,
long.
what I'm trying to say is, by us being into the virtual niche, you don't think it's closer to meeting somebody closer to what you into? Because we all,
Absolutely.
how
I
did
think
we
it can be,
get
yeah.
here? I just feel
Absolutely.
like it's closer to our interest level.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just based that off of my real life. When I met my shorty, like, cause like I said, in real, you know, it's hard to find people outside of SL that could understand this shit.
Facts.
You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
There's a lot
So
of
now when
shame
you-
that comes
people-
with playing this because, like, imagine. So I'm doing everything I need to do in real life, but if my family come over, I shut down the game because I don't want to hear the way they talk. Is like I'm shooting heroin up my arm. Like that's the way they talk. Like
Oh,
why are
that
you
damn
on that?
You on that game again. Come on in.
on that second life.
Get off that. Get off that.
I'm lucky because most of my cousins are gamers, so when they come over, it's like, you know what I mean. So I'm
Yeah.
lucky in that sense. But the older people in my family, forget about it.
Yeah, they don't understand it. They're
Forget
just like
about
that's
it.
crazy.
Yeah, it's over.
Can
They
we?
don't get it, but it's like my dad be watching football like it's his job. Like they have their own
Like it's his
habits.
job.
And I'm not
Yeah,
even
don't
saying
have
just for
it.
Second Life. Let's say you in the knitting club, the knitters, they knit. You know what I mean? They make knitting and stuff. Like, you don't think that's closer? Let's say you meet somebody that's a male or female, whatever you are.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then y'all into knitting. Like, you don't think that's like, oh, I'm closer. I'm passionate about knitting. I met somebody in a knitting club that does what I love to do. I could knit all fucking day 24/7. And I met somebody else that's like that. You know what I'm
Well, I
saying? Like,
agree
you
with
don't
that. I
think
agree
that's a
with that.
certain level of
Women-
interest that's
Maybe
gonna
that's why
always
people-
going?
I
Like,
don't think that's
They want them so
enough
fast.
though.
Maybe
no.
that's-
I'm not saying that's enough.
why they-
I'm just
It's
saying that
baby
helps.
steps.
Right, but I'm saying,
I
let's say in real life you with a nigga that, you know, maybe he laying a dick down or you throwing a good pussy. I don't want to curse too much, but that's just the sex, right? But y'all don't have no other interests together.
It's
At least
surface
you know
level.
I'm a
It's
knit
surface
till I
level.
die. Well, I'm just using that as an example. SL.
Basically,
That sounds very sexual.
Friend, you hear what I'm saying?
No, you're not. It makes sense. We got
I'll
it.
knit till I die.
right, but
That's just
it's
an
like the
example.
question of what type
I'm gonna
of
knit that on the
substance do you have?
But that
Besides-
takes
Right.
time to get to know somebody to figure that out.
And that's a
And
fact.
But that's with
But I'm
anyone,
saying,
though,
when
guys.
you passionate
and good
about something,
communication.
that passion holds you longer, though. If
It
that
does.
makes sense. Like, you know how you meet somebody out in the streets and you think y'all into the same things, but then y'all not really.
I think,
Right.
I
Y'all
think
just
that's why
met.
it attracts you faster too, where you can hook up. You can feel like you in love after 2
Mhm.
weeks because you're like, oh, we
Oh,
have
that
all
was
of these
strong,
things
Angel.
in
Thank
common.
you.
We
Yes.
have all
Yeah.
of these things in common.
There we go.
Yeah.
So we figuring shit
Yeah.
out. Yeah, I'm
We
learning
figuring
shit.
shit
We agree on a lot of
Yes,
things. I think
dude.
we agree on a
Yeah.
lot of things, but we have different perspectives because of how we have experienced it.
True,
And,
true.
and just who we are as people.
Well,
You know,
can I
like-
say something that I don't disagree with? Hooly was like, I do believe in privacy, but Hooly, you're just like secretive, no relate. Sometimes.
I'm not
'cause-
secretive at all, though. If you
no,
look at
not
my
saying
name,
that.
though.
No, not saying that you're secretive. Wait, let me just finish. You know how Angel was like, love makes you have like rose-colored glasses on so you don't see it. Sometimes I think you do need someone from the outside looking in who loves you and has your best interests at heart and who's going to be honest, regardless of whether you think it's judgy, just to help you navigate a little bit and you don't make mistakes.
Right.
You don't gotta
And
tell
when
everybody
I
all
tell
your
y'all
business.
private, with my family, they know everything about. I'm transparent. I just
Right.
have my tight knit. if that makes sense.
You
Like
got
I
your
don't
inner
need
circle.
Your people,
So I
not
lean
people
on my
about like
who I
Twitter and
trust.
Facebook and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. I see.
I have my
The
team
conference
on
call. You
because
on
a
the
lot of
conference-
people hit
Oh,
me
the
up like,
conferences. Oh my
I
god.
have my daughters, my kids. So like I have my sisters. Like yeah, I lean. They know everything about me. Not only that, I'm very transparent. If you ask me a question, I'm gonna keep it all the way real because I feel like I don't have. Even through my bad things that I worked on, I'm not. I'm very transparent. But I'm just not a social media dude like that. If I ain't do music
Yeah,
or
I'm
do,
bad with Twitter. I'm so bad with Twitter. That's like my diary where
'cause
Oh shit.
You say yes, it is.
It's not just relationships. It's not just relationships. Like literally,
It's
like I'll go on
everything.
it. I'm about to.
Oh.
It's too much. Literally, if you want to know my whole life, you got about like a day and a half to probably like read
Oh,
that thing
yeah.
because I'm about to wipe it.
Man.
It's bad. It's bad. But you know what? I still agree with you. You're right. Like that is one of my negative traits. And I discern about myself. I know myself where I'm like, I know that's a bad thing and it's something I'm working on.
To me, social media is a necessary evil for the stuff that I do on SL. However, I will never put a relationship on social media ever again. If I do have one, which I don't think I will, but if I do, it will be private for sure because I learned my
Okay, so
lesson on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm bad at Facebook. Like I always be sharing my personal business.
Yeah, I ain't doing that.
I need to
I-
stop.
Okay, but what
I
about the
stopped
partner
doing that.
box?
Yeah,
What
I don't
about
deal
the
with girls
partner
that do
box?
that.
That's still something that you're announcing. Like that's what it's essentially for. Like it's only there to publicly announce that.
I thought it was for
There's
partner, like to
a-
partner with someone.
No, it's supposed to be your partner. It's just partner, not husband/wife, because obviously partner would apply to a range of
Yeah.
people of
Yeah.
different gender
Right,
or
right.
Animal backgrounds.
Yeah.
Obviously we don't discriminate over here in this but it's like it could be anything that could be partnered, but you only get one. You can have multiple business partners and you only get one.
Right.
You're saying this is my person. This is my one person. I mean, if you want to make it
Okay, I get what you're saying. In other words, you're broadcasting it. You're telling people this is my person.
exactly,
You're
it's like
letting people know. Yeah.
a wedding. It's like just any type of public declaration. Like how fast do you fast? Like
I'm not doing that anymore ever again.
I wouldn't say not to do it
yeah,
ever again,
like-
Niobe. I just say
No, it's
Uh.
bad. Like it's not a good idea.
This is why we're here,
do it.
because this is the
'Cause
conversation
people
we had. I don't like
wish
it.
bad things on you. People do bad things
That's-
to you. It's I've had a really, really bad experience with being public with my relationship. So I don't think I'm gonna do that again. I don't think it's a good, not in this environment, because for some reason on SL I'm finding, and I don't know if you guys agree, there's people that have some really mean intent, like they're mean or they're
Malicious.
like they want to see people fall, they want to see people do bad. It's some kind of evil element, lurking.
It's called being
on social
stagnant and a
media.
hater. If you're a stagnant person, you just become a hater, and that's what it is.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
pretty much. And so they just wreak havoc on relationships. From my experience and from other people I've spoke to. So I think it's better to just leave that off. So I agree with you, Nav, on that for sure.
Yeah, because I've had I won't disclose who, but one of my partners in the past, basically their ex was a stripper on SL, and I guess they would basically say that they were partnered, and everyone would hit him up like, "This is what your wife is doing."
Horrible.
slut.
That's horrible.
Yeah,
So horrible. Like, why would you do that?
yeah.
That you're evil. Like you just don't want to see people happy. And
Right.
I had to understand that that's what it is, right? So it's better to just leave it. You can't be like, hey, this is my boo and all. You can't be like that.
I'm gonna be honest. Even for me being on SL, right? Like I don't mind showcasing my artistry and me and what I do. But even with my kids, I keep my kids private because I know I'm on this because I'm so invested in this virtual world with my business. I try, I put things up with my children, but I'm still protective because it could be such a nasty environment,
Right.
if that makes
Yes.
sense.
You can't.
Yes.
So I have to
Haters.
protect
Important
people
things
around
close.
me, if that makes sense. And that might be
Yeah.
a problem,
Yeah.
but for
No,
me,
that's it. That's how you should be. Absolutely.
to me, I mean, that's what I think. You know what I mean? But because I know the way I'm invested in it, I'm like,
Andrew,
I
you
got,
know about that. You have to protect
I,
yourself too.
yeah, this.
So
Yeah, but I don't. But I also don't think that like it's just it all boils down to if you think you're gonna meet someone that you can do that with or you don't. And like right now, you're just in a place where you don't feel like you can meet that other person. And I think at the end of the day, we have people at this table where they're saying it is possible. We've had situations and times where it is possible, years you can be connected to a person that person cannot embarrass you, and it can still not work out for whatever reason, distance, time, what happens in your real life. Like I just think there's just so many factors. If we're realistic and say, well, we got to put ourselves out there, or we have to have different expectations, or maybe we just don't have to look for it at all. And if it happens, cool. If it doesn't, I have all these other things that I'm so focused on, it don't matter to me. Like whatever that is for you, that's that internal, conversation you have with yourself. You figure out yourself, and then that's how you can go into any type of dating relationship here. But there's always a possibility that you're gonna meet somebody like that is good to you, sees the value in you, and you guys vibe, and you have enough in common, and you can get through and have good conversations about what's wrong, and figure it out even when things seem rocky or whatever, and you're on the right pace. Like it's just there's somebody. There's probably a
That's
couple
how
people.
optimistic you guys are. I wish I was the same way.
No, Niobe, I want you to
I
be
just
like
think
that.
it's because
Yeah.
you're hurt. Yeah, but
Because you're a dope personality, so it's no reason for you to not be like that. You're such
Yeah.
a bubbly,
Right.
charismatic energy that you're gonna draw a great energy. Yeah, to me, like
the
just being
skin
like,
is skinning, the glow
yeah,
is glowing, the intelligence
and like Mousy
is
said,
popping.
affirmations. I'm an affirmation motherfucker. Like I need awakening affirmations, and I need my vibrations starting off.
so if we're gonna, so then I will instill that. I will put this in your atmosphere, Niobe. You are loved. You are amazing. You are great. You are a queen. You will find your king, and you will build the kingdom.
Amen.
Facts.
Enough about me.
Unless you don't like
I
that.
like that. Yeah, bro.
Amen.
Bro,
Enough about me.
affirmation
Okay, but
audio, bro. You got
let's
the voice. That's
for real Audible books or something. Can
Yes.
Cut that.
It's like it's that radio voice. But you know what? I think Niobe's gonna be fine, and I don't think that you're doing. If you need a reset, you need a reset. That's fine. But I don't let any bad experience shelf you. But I want to just move on to this, right? Because we talked about a lot of good things, and I just want to recap what we talked about. We talked about taking our time, going through seasons with a person. We talked about boundaries, getting to know yourself, having some discernment. I want to talk about standards. And what I want to discuss when it comes to standards is recognizing the red flags, because some people say they don't understand how to identify them. So I feel like there are certain archetypes in Second Life. I don't even care if you guys call me judgy, right? Like, I'm going to say this. The person with literally once, so I will say there's the person with the multiple kids and cycling through relationships. That's something to look out for. That's a red flag, right? There are some men here, and I know this sounds crazy to you guys. I don't know if people agree with this, but I just hear it in the way they talk. Like they make a career out of dating women so they could move from city to city. It's like some type of homosexual behavior, like based on stories that I've heard. You guys could add to some of this, and you guys tell me about the women and what the red flags are. There are just certain things you need to look out for. If someone's like dishonest with you, like if someone shows you their face, believe them, kind of thing, right? What would you guys have to add to that conversation so that you don't get to a point where you don't believe, if that makes sense?
My biggest two red flags that I look for in a guy is number one, bad communication, because it's so cliche, but communication is key. Like, if you don't have that, you don't have anything. So that's number one. Number two is not being able to take accountability.
Mm.
Like, I've had relationships in the past where they know they were wrong. Like, it's literally like receipts and everything of what they did, and they still can't take accountability, to the point where they almost become like attacking, like Darvo, like you deny it and then you attack and you reverse the situation onto somebody else. Now they're attacking you and attacking your character, all because you put out like, this is what you did, like why would you do that, you know? And
It made me feel
so
uncomfortable.
right. So accountability is one of the biggest things. 'Cause if you don't have that, you're just gonna resent the person after a time. Like, even if it's just a sell, because I've in the past I've been like, well, it's only a sell. I can put up with that for a sell, but I can't, like, because it's gonna build up, and you're gonna grow to resent that person. So
Can you give us an example of bad communication? Like, because I just want an example of that. When you said the communication,
yeah,
like, are you talking about disappearing? Like, you know how sometimes people,
yeah.
okay, like,
So,
because that
like
happens a lot
for
in SL.
example, I had a past boyfriend who he went out of town for like 5 days and didn't say where he was gonna be, didn't message me on IG or anything. I didn't have contact with him for 5 days, and I was worried sick, like what's going on, you know? And then he comes back like, oh, this is what I was doing. I'm like, okay, like why couldn't you just tell me that before? Like, I don't get it.
That's disrespectful too. Like,
Yeah,
it's or inconsiderate. I don't know what you would call it.
yeah, inconsiderate.
Okay, Naomi, do you have any you want to offer? Like some red flags people can look out for to help them elevate their
Um,
standards?
generally, right? Not any necessary. I think look out. I agree with you. Look out for the people who are like kind of collecting kids and women and stuff like that. Also, I would say a red flag to me is someone who is trying to offer you a type of relationship that you're not interested in, like poly or the master
Oh yeah, a
sub
lot of that here.
relationship. Yeah, the master sub relationship, stuff like that, and they're like trying to force it on you, because oh well, you can't be with me unless you do that, like that type of thing. Red flag all around. um, and also someone who um like talks, and I guess this could be in real life too, talks bad about their past relationships to like the other person was the one that did everything wrong and they didn't have any part in it. um
Accountability.
yeah, no accountability to their relationships. And also,
Right.
for honorable mention, guys who don't have friends. That's it.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my
Oh.
God. Oh, shots were fired.
Shots fired.
Wait, can I ask you a question, Naomi? Could you elaborate?
Women on SL Honey.
Yeah. Wait, Naomi, could you elaborate on that a little bit? What do you find with guys who don't have friends? What happens? What's the end result of that?
I just think it's weird. Like I don't know. It's something about their personality that make them not get along or trust other men, and I think that's odd. Like I'm a girl's girl. I love being around
Me
women. I
too.
love the energy that women, have with each other and stuff like that. So I think that's odd that a male would not want to be around other guys and be friends with them. I just think that's odd. And so what ends up happening is they don't trust other men. They don't trust you around other men. Like it's just odd to me. I don't know, but
I
that's
think
just
that
me.
was a
Maybe
really good one. I think that's a really good one that I never even considered that, but I have seen that pattern as well. Yeah.
hmm
Who wants to go next? This is so juicy.
I do something a little light. I feel like I don't know if this is like, I guess this is a red flag, right? And I need a name for this. Maybe y'all can help me with this, right? Not even catfish with physically, right? What about catfish with people that act like they about something they not about? You know what I mean?
Oh.
I do this, I do that, right? And then you with them, and then I'm a singer, but once I'm with you, ain't no singing. Do music. Yeah, I met you thinking you was a godly woman. You sing, we gonna be making music, and then now it's like I'm not making I'm not in the mood or whatever it is. Like, what kind of technique is that?
Fantasy and sell. It's a fantasy. That's it.
I do this. I'm this. I do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm a stylist. But then when you with them, it's like all that shit go out the window. They so worried about the relationship and this and that. And it's like, yo,
they're not even doing what they say. Yeah. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
What do we call that, man? I want to know what that's a catfish.
It's called
right?
Kinda. No,
maybe
it's
they're sad. Maybe they're depressed. Maybe
no.
Just know.
Angel, stop. You giving too many excuses.
For real.
I bet a chicken August. Nah, but I know. But we can give them
You
that.
never
But I'm
had
just
a
trying
part
to
in
say.
your life where you
Yes.
were on your shit too.
And I
We
would
all
want
have
somebody to
things
call
go
me the
through.
catfish I was if I did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, call me. So I would have learned that fast. Why you gotta do it with love?
You gotta be
Why?
like, hey, like, is everything okay? Like, this is something you was on the grind about.
But
Like,
what about when
like,
you do it with love?
No, he's saying that they said that, but it's
they said I do this, that.
they said they do it and they don't.
And then when you with them, that shit is not
on a break.
Angel, believe your eyes.
Hold on. Everybody, hold on. Go back. Let me explain. Let me explain.
Please
I do this, that, and this, right? We get together. All you worried about is what the fuck I'm doing and this and that. All you worry, all worry about you. Don't worry about you. But when we met, our interest was this. You're a catfish.
And there's some people that get in a
It's
relationship.
not catfish, but I know what you mean.
Well,
There you go.
It's catfishing though. Hold on. That's what I'm trying to say. A Tinder profile. Yes.
You got a little.
That's-
You got your own LLC.
Is that not a catfish? Hold on. Is that not a catfish?
You're misrepresenting
It's like, I told
yourself.
you this.
Yeah,
It's
you're
a misrepresentation.
You're definitely
of what they-
misrepresenting
you know,
yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a catfish.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't know. why
And a
you
stage
have
5
one.
clinger too.
That's catfish.
And yeah, they don't.
like-
They are putting all of their happiness on SL on you. Like
Right.
And
I ain't even talking about
Angel,
SL.
I'm
preach.
I'm talking about
In real life and
SL.
SL. But Angel, preach. That's true. Happiness is an inside job. I see a lot of people saying, oh, this person's doing this, doing that. Either whether it's friendships, relationships, family, and it's upsetting me. That's an inside job. So you're right about that, Angel. I don't know if that's what you meant to say.
That's how I know. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I mean, and that's how I know if there's ever a situation where I feel like a relationship is taking me away from the things I do, or like
Right.
making it hard, then I realize, okay, is that person really fitting me? Like, are we compatible? That has to come into play. But then I also think that's why it makes it harder for me, because I mean, that's why I love what I do as a community. Like, I do have the opportunity to meet new people or talk to new people, but it's still hard for me to make even friendships on here because I'm always in the same place, and I'm always sometimes not even like in my box.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I get what he's saying.
How many people y'all met in real life? Let me ask y'all this. I have a feeling I met
people than I meet now.
How many people you've met on SL in real life? That's all I'm asking. Everybody say
Zero. But I haven't had that many relationships. Yeah.
Oh, y'all baby shit. Oh,
But I've been here for 15 years. No,
but you only met one person. I've met 12 to 13 people in real life.
What? Because that's Hooly, are you serious? No. But listen to what he said. He said that is a requirement. He said that he wants to take it offline. If he's going to talk to them, so of course
I'm not a role player. Like I'm not like
right. Of course, that makes sense.
I don't role play. I'm the worst role player, right? But all these role players never met nobody on SL, and I'm like, you a role player? I don't role play enough. I'm me on here, and I done met like 12 people, and I'm talking about we have 10+ year relationships.
Okay.
Like that's why I be like, no, and I'm not saying that.
But
like,
you're a social person.
I'm a little
too,
get
right?
excited.
Like
but everybody's a social person.
Right? You got your conferences on. Like, you talk to a lot of people.
Let me tell you something, no, mommy. I never was on here to be social. I was on here to be a developer. It's just I'm really a human being. I'm a lot of, and I don't mean to say that.
Social.
I'm
You're
not saying
just
that
person where you
No.
attract people to you and you give.
I'm a human being. I don't take myself that serious that I think I'm this.
Difference.
Like even with running the business, I don't like people be like, oh, like this and that. I'm me. If that makes sense. That's why I say go back to
So
being
you got a
you.
good balance. You got to see he's a unicorn.
Maybe,
y'all.
I don't
this
know.
Is a unicorn. I'm telling you. That he's
I don't know
a
about that.
'cause
Unicorn.
I
I'm
know a
Hooly.
lot of creators
I don't know
will.
about that.
A lot
Wait.
of creators will agree with me though if they're running like a store and they're in 10
Yo,
events,
creators are
or
pieces
they're
of
like.
shit. don't
I
like
agree.
creators.
And you know, and
They
no, not
nasty.
all of them.
They
They
nasty.
yes,
No,
I
not all of them.
Not all of them, but there's a lot of
I'm
them.
not shooting no shots, but they.
No, that shot
No,
deserved
you
to be
are.
shot.
But a
That
lot of creators
So
are
am I a
pieces of
piece of
shit.
shit?
They
Yes, they are.
nasty.
I agree.
They are
and
nasty.
can we also talk about the people who are like dick
Oh,
writers?
damn,
Like
I'm
anytime a creator says something,
They're
whether
worse.
it's right or wrong, they're just like, the demigod has spoken. I hate you so much for disagreeing. Like these people are fucking
Right.
crazy
Crazy.
cultists. Yeah.
It's wrong
chaser.
with SL because it's so easy to set up an ego. Like he said, like a lot of people bullshit catfish on here. It's easier
Yeah.
to present yourself like something you're not.
Or not.
Well, that's what he's saying. It's like they're catfishing. They're not real.
Yeah,
that's
they
not
are.
really who
That's
they
what
are.
I'm trying to say. Yes.
It's like
That's
a
why-
facade.
That's why I'm like, isn't that catfishing? That's what
facade.
It's a
I be saying.
facade. It's a facade. There you
complex.
go.
Not
Yep, got
everybody
complex.
is like that, and not everybody is looking for that. And people are. I feel like when you're looking for somebody to be your person, you're looking for someone that you can be yourself with. And that is when
Preach.
and if you do like someone, you start to share things about yourself that are more real, whether it be more real about SL, like what you find passionate here, or more real about real life, like whatever.
I don't
you
trust
feel like-
enough to share my real life to anyone on SL. Is that bad? That's bad, right? I'm
No,
beginning to feel
that's-
like
I don't
that's
think
bad.
that's bad. I
normal
don't think it's
thing,
bad.
And that's
That
what
is
most
very normal.
You should
Yes.
take your time if you do. You
Yeah.
absolutely should take your time getting to know somebody and like exactly discern those red flags and figure out before you reveal anything about yourself that you would
But I've
regret
seen so many
revealing.
bad things happen to people who
Like
share.
doxing, showing people's private,
Yes.
like you know, people send nude
Yeah, you
pictures,
should always
nude
have a
pictures
certain
being
amount
sent.
of
Anonymity.
Keep your guard up.
Yeah. Wait, can I ask Hooly a question? Because meeting 12 people just blew my mind. Because I haven't even been
Yeah, that's
in that
crazy.
many relationships. So
that's a
how
lot.
long
That's
does it
crazy.
take for you to
Hey,
meet?
what's that?
Wait,
Oh,
the-
meeting 12.
wait,
crazy?
how? No, it's not. It's not. No,
Antisocial.
no, it's not. No, Hooly, we're
Hold on,
not
let me
judging
go-
it. We're not
Hold on, let me
judging
go-
it. I just have a question for you.
I think you're not antisocial enough for it to be hard for you, and you're a guy.
Wait,
and you
Angel, can
are-
I just ask him one question? My question is this. Because I haven't even been in that many relationships where I would even have the opportunity to meet 12
No.
people.
I'm not
But
talking
I
about
have a
relationships.
question.
I'm talking about friendships.
Oh,
Like,
just
I got
friendships.
brothers, I meant homies.
Yeah, even that.
Oh.
Going to Florida, Disney
Even
World.
that.
Meeting people.
No,
I'm
but-
not talking about relationships. I'm talking about friendships.
Oh, okay. Thank you for clarifying that. So, no,
Yes.
Naomi.
No. I've never been with 12 females on SL. No, not at all.
No,
but what I'm
even
trying to say
anything-
is meeting
but that's
people, anybody
hard.
you've met in real life.
I would
But
meet
why
any
is
of
it
you guys
hard?
in real life.
hard.
Like
It's
Angel, I've known you for so many years, June. And June, you were in New York, but remember there was like something happened where like there was this cloudy thing and we were going to meet up. So yes, I understand what you're saying. And Nyobi, Sky has invited us to Vegas so many times to come see her. So that makes sense. Okay, what you're saying makes sense. I thought it was a relationship, so I was confused about that.
I'm sorry, y'all.
But
No,
that's
I'm not
hard.
saying.
But that's
I'm just
hard.
saying.
But it's only
That was about-
1, 2.
You
There's
know,
maybe
me too.
3 people, 4 people I would want to like go out of my way to meet on SL. There's like
You don't have to-
not that
but-
many. Even
but
I
why-
would
why-
want to meet. Then it's just the obstacles to meet them. You gotta fly
Why?
some.
Why I gotta be going out your way to meet them? Maybe they coming out your way and y'all, you know how many people we
Well,
know
for them,
here
we all
from
have real
Baltimore.
lives. We have kids. You from
Yeah,
Baltimore?
no, I understand that. No, I'm not. I'm just saying wherever they
Oh.
from is what I'm trying to say. Is like why I
If
gotta
you're from
feel like it's
Baltimore
going
and
out their
somebody's
way.
from California, that's an expensive plane
But
ride.
everybody go to
No, it's
that.
not.
Do you have kids? Do that person got kids? Does that person take care of somebody in their family?
But people with
that
kids
they
go on
can't do?
vacation though, Angel. Like that's not, I mean, what he's saying is not unreasonable. Like
Right.
that's
Like-
not
So maybe
unreasonable.
Maybe I just don't make a lot of friends. Maybe it's something wrong with me. I don't know. Maybe
Sky
I
has invited
got
me
a
to
lot of
Vegas
friends.
many
You said
times.
that
Like
earlier.
she has invited
No,
us
I
many
don't have a lot.
times.
No. I don't have a lot of friends on here because I
Okay.
don't like. I meet a lot of people.
It was
that
the
I'm
forest fire,
buried in
June.
my
That's what it
work
was.
That I like, and then I try to get the pleasure from that. But like, it makes me avoid, not even avoid, but like not spend as much time making social connections on here as I could. And it's like it's hard and difficult for me. I don't think it's an intentional thing. Like it's not like I don't want to have friends or that there's something wrong with me and I couldn't make friends. It's more so like it's hard for me to maintain them and foster them because even friendships, relationships, anything where you feel comfortable enough to share your real self actually in the flesh with somebody that you met online, I think that takes a lot of trust. And you have
It
to build
does,
trust with someone.
but
And you have to
also-
talk to them and communicate and spend time with. You can get to know it. It takes.
Is it? Let me ask you guys: is it a red flag if somebody, like even as a friend, wouldn't want to meet you in person, or even a relationship? Like, let's say you were in a successful
depends on how deep I
relationship
thought it was.
for
It depends
1
on
year
how
in
deep the
SL.
relationship is.
If you were in a successful relationship for 1 year in SL, and successful is subjective, so that's up to you, right? And your partner asked you to meet, would you do it? Yes or no? And is it a red
Yeah,
flag
I-
if they said no?
I do it as soon as 6 months. I think 6 months for me, if we are actually communicating every day, like Hooly, you said when you and May locked in, you said, hey, it's me and you. Y'all communicated almost every day, even if it was something probably small, right? Like, hey, just checking up on you, like miss you, whatever, right? Or just checking up, just talking, hey, like y'all communicated. I think 6 months is a good amount of time to ask the right questions, to kind of see who they really are as much as like you can.
I think if you have a
Decide
child,
if
it should
they're-
probably be a year, at least a year.
No, I'm not saying actually to do it, but I'm saying like willing to do it. And then it's going to depend on your circumstance too. If you got
Yeah.
money and you don't have kids, what's stopping you?
No,
If you're
not
working,
not because you
what's-
have money and kids. Because what happens is if you meet someone, it's going to accelerate. Who are you bringing around your child? You want to make sure that this person is solid and they are who they say they are. You want to just observe
But you're
them
not,
in
no,
person a
they're
little
not coming
bit.
over and spending the night. I'm saying like y'all can meet in a central.
But
mutual
after
location,
no, let's
like,
be
oh,
let's be for
both,
real.
like,
After
go
a year,
to Miami, let's both meet in
Get a
maybe
hotel.
oh, like a neutral location.
Airbnb or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
get a
Yes,
hotel
or let's go
something.
to a convention together. That's what we need. We need a virtual world convention. I think we should.
don't.
We have
No,
enough
we don't.
other.
I would not go to that shit.
Reason
At
why?
all.
Because
I
there will be
would
too
not
many
go to that.
fights.
whole thing.
There will
Yes,
be too
yes,
many fights.
yes.
I'm
at
not
this
going to
event.
that. Yeah, I would not go there.
I would, but there'd be enough positive things. See, y'all looking at all the negative. Like, look at it.
I'm not
you guys
going.
are not
I'm not going. Wait,
going.
can we focus, guys?
not
You guys, let's focus back on the red flags so we can wrap up the video because I don't
Who's
want
going? You
Hooly's
right
going.
with
You guys, we're almost at 2 hours. Let's wrap up the red flags and then talk
Bottle is
about.
almost empty.
Okay, your bottle's almost up. Ren, go ahead. What are your red flags that you would share with men to look out for in SL?
If you have to prove something, or if you have to at the first day give your accolades, that's a complete red flag for me, because I want to get to know you. I don't want to be like, oh, you did this, and this. Okay, cool, that's nice. Let me get to know you. That's one. Another thing.
Oh, you dated a Leo. That's what you did. That was that. Yeah.
Another thing. Do not try to change how I make my successful income.
Why would somebody want to do that?
They're
Jealousy, envy, or just.
What
feel
if-
bad
what
about
if in
themselves,
SL
where they're at.
I'm sorry for interrupting. What if in SL, like, your partner is a sex worker and you don't feel comfortable with that now that you're in a committed relationship, but that's their successful income?
wow.
You're just
That's
not
a good
compatible.
one.
You're just
Hold
not
on.
compatible then, and if it's that's just not your
I'm
person.
about to say, what relationship was that, Angel? That was number 2. So, funny story. I used to be an SL stripper, and because of the relationship that I was in at the time, I'm a firm believer of, if I'm gonna be in a relationship, cool. That means we're gonna be. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing anything else. If you tell me that you used to do it, cool. No judgment. I stopped because I said, you know what? I want to focus on us. So that way you don't have to say, oh, he out there cheating and hoeing and things like that. I'm not for that. So if you're doing sex work, cool. Question mark, pencil. Right. But I'm a firm believer of, hey, do you want to be with me? Let's do this. I'll give up this, you give up this. Like, compromise.
Okay,
But I don't think-
you'd make adjustments and compromises to be respectful to your relationship.
Right.
Okay, that's fair. So basically, you're saying a red flag is if someone wants to change you. That's what I'm hearing. It doesn't necessarily have to be a
Yes.
job, but if someone wants to change you, that's a red flag. And did you say something else? I feel like you started with something.
Uh-oh. I gotta stop drinking. Trying to remember what I said. Nope, that's it.
Your accolades. If you need
Oh,
someone to give your
yeah.
accolades.
It's yeah. I like to be behind the scenes. I don't like to present myself forward or anything like that. Like, get to know me for me. Don't get to know me because, oh, you're a DJ, oh, you sing, oh, you do all of this. No. Let's you don't get to know DJ Rennie Ren. You don't get to know the all-around entertainer DJ Rennie Ren. You just get to know Renjamin. Get to know me.
Okay.
Makes sense. What's a red flag for you?
But DJ Ren, right? You can't present yourself. You know, like you would just have to not tell some. You just have to present yourself as what you like, what you're into, and things like that. Because as you're saying that, I'm looking at your title that says DJ Rennie Ren, right? So you wouldn't be able to meet a person with that like group tag or something like that.
Yeah. Oh no, that was just
governess.
right. I was about to say this is just for the video.
Okay.
No, but I'm probably the biggest homebody nerd fat man in the world. I'm being serious. Like, I play video games. I play stuff outside of SL. I'm a real life chef. I love to cook. Let's talk about food and stuff like that. I'm a anime buff. We can talk about that. I'm a musician in real life. Cool. Let's
Just meet the
let's know-
To
person, not
know
my
each other on that
titles.
deeper
Right.
level.
Get to know. If you want to get to know me, that's me.
Okay.
And then I feel like some people, when they get to know you and get to know what you're doing, and maybe if it makes them feel uncomfortable, that's when you go and everybody got to look inside themselves and say, hey, like, is
Right,
this
if
something
it's-
I'm willing to compromise on? And
Right.
what I know about them and what I enjoy about them, can I compromise because of this? Or is it just too much for me? Is this too important? Whatever the thing is. But,
And I always forewarn beforehand. Listen, I'm that type of person where I'm going to encourage you. If something's wrong, I'm gonna be like, hey, you got this. I'm gonna be the one that's gonna lift you up. And if you don't like that on 24/7, hey, you good. Some people don't like that.
and there's probably a lot of girls that do.
Who didn't go yet? So
Like that.
did Angel, you didn't go, and Hooly, you talked about the fake person putting up facades. So Angel, you're the last person who didn't talk about red flags and what would help us raise our standards. What are yours? Like, what do you think that a person would have to look out for, maybe new to SL or hasn't bumped their head enough to learn?
Oh my God, there's so many. There's so many. There's so many. I
Give
would
us
say
about
for me
7.
though, but I think like we all said some that are good. Like, but from my perspective and at my age and how long I've played SL, I think red flags for me definitely is communication. Like, not just how often we communicate, which is still important. I think that there's gotta be a level where you both agree. And for me personally, like when I am locked in with someone, like I at least can talk to them. I think about them every day, check in. Like, it doesn't matter SL real life. Like, if someone I'm really interested in, I care about them, even just like good morning, good night, like it's been a long day, anything. That if I'm not getting that, to me, that is a red flag. Just communication, but also how you communicate too. Like if I'm trying to talk to you and I'm coming at you, I'm not yelling, I'm not being smart, I'm open-minded, I'm trying to listen to you, I'm giving you your time to talk, and I'm trying to express how I feel, and like we can't reach an agreement, we can't even talk about it, or you have to shut down for long periods of time, you know what I mean? Like, to me, that's a red flag. People just ghosting, you know, I think that's a red flag.
Absolutely.
And then
yeah.
also, I feel like this has been said, like, I guess I am piggybacking off of Hooly a little bit, but like, people who are not genuine from the jump with you, like, if I'm finding out, like, oh, you do this, or oh, like, that's not really you in your picture, or oh, like, this is all a lie, it's all fake. Like, it just makes the trust is broken.
Yeah.
Trust. And it's already hard enough because on Second Life, you definitely can't see somebody's face. You don't really see them day to day. Like, you can't pick up on the red flags, I think, as easy on Second Life. I think it's easier to get away with a lot of red flags or to see them real late. But when you pick up on somebody's capable of like putting out on purpose red flags, like lying about themselves, bullshit, and you know what I mean? Like, that's definitely a red flag, like, to me, because they're already setting themselves up as I feel like, a pretty dishonest
person. Yeah. And
yeah.
I just want to say this because I noticed a trend where men and sometimes even the girls on SL in the conferences, everybody's talking, you know, taking pictures of their screen, how much money they have, their chain. All this shit don't make you a real nigga or a raw bitch. It doesn't make you any of that. Your chain, how much lindens you have, none of that shit. Your house, who has 2 Sims, who has 3 Sims. It's your fucking character. It's your character. And if you don't have good character, nobody's checking for you. So I just want to make that abundantly clear because I feel like people don't get that. And it's like development of self seems to be a lost art. So,
and it's getting worse. It's getting worse. Real life and SL. Like, real life, all we see in real life is the Instagram. We're scrolling. Everybody's trying to put up that image.
Right.
And then all you see on the SL is that, but just times 10 because everybody can do it with less money and a lot easier.
Exactly.
That's the game, baby. That's just how it is right now. Yeah, you go.
And also too, it's just. And I was saying this the other day to somebody, money is quiet, right? So if you're doing all that, I have a feeling that you don't even have it. When I see people do that, I'm like, nah, they ain't got it like that. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Money don't like noise. I don't think so. So I just wanted to leave with that.
Unless you find out they really living like that, then like. Maybe they do got it like that, you know what I mean?
It's like
you wouldn't see that about like chains and money on here, right? Like,
no, it's fine to have a chain. I love jewelry. I love it in SL. Like, it's not a big deal.
Red flag check. Do a red flag check on their. Ask them if they have SL social media. Do a red flag check. Go through the pictures. Look at the types of things that they say. Like, and do not ignore it. Do not act like because it's social media. That's probably not the real them. You shouldn't even be thinking that about a person, honestly. If they're putting out a whole lot of stuff about them that you're thinking, oh, well, maybe they don't actually really feel that way, or oh, maybe they don't actually really like do those things or treat women like if you see a lot of that on there, I think that's a red flag. I think that could be a red flag.
That's fair.
9 times out of 10,
that's fair.
That's somebody that's not going to, if you're trying to take it even remotely seriously, take you seriously.
Okay, so I have one last question. It's a yes or no. So do you guys feel like after this discussion that it's actually possible to find SL love, or I mean just like SL is like real love.
See,
it's like
this. I needed this. I'm sorry, finish.
So you said yes. Okay, Ren, yes or no?
I would say yes.
Okay, Junie?
Definitely yes.
Ooh. Nyobi.
You can skip me.
No, so no, but it's okay if you say no for now.
Oh
Like,
no, it's no. It's a
She's
no.
a tougher cookie. She's a tougher cookie.
okay, we're
It
gonna
is a
crack
no.
that. We're gonna crack that nut eventually. You guys know it's a yes for me. I believe anything and everything is possible for me. But go ahead, Hooly. I think we
He
might.
always believed.
Yeah, obviously he believes that he found it, and I also think we lost him.
Hold on, what's that?
Do you? So now that we've had this discussion and we talked at this at length, talk about this at length, talk this subject to death, do you think it's possible to find true love in SL if we do the things that we discuss? Like we take our time, we go through seasons with a person, we have boundaries, we get to know ourselves, we have some standards, watch out for the red flags, use discernment. Yes or no?
Of course. I will say also, see, because this type of structure is dope, and I do think we do need to maybe like now I'm seeing a visual with the podcast, and I'm like, yo, we could be a part of helping people. You know, maybe
That
work
was
on
the
their-
whole
and themselves
intention.
and our
It's the
ideas.
whole intention, baby.
Fire. I fuck with it.
No, this is the thing though. I feel like this is the perfect place to inspire people, and I love that. Like, that's what I
Hold
love
on.
about.
Hey, Angel, I like that. You know what my purpose is in life? My purpose is to inspire, and I wanted to ask that question to everybody. What's everybody's purpose?
Wait,
My
Angel
purpose
and
has always been to
Naomi.
inspire.
Can I ask you guys a
I feel
question?
like that could be a whole nother
Naomi
podcast. A
said,
whole nother roundtable.
yeah, for sure. Naomi said yesterday, she said, what is the purpose of the podcast we're doing? And what was the answer? Like, what was the answer?
Inspire.
It was
That
to
was her.
inspire people and give people hope and have them believe like you could have what you want, maybe with a little bit of tweaking. That's all.
No, because you know what I said yesterday. You know what I said yesterday.
What?
Like, you know. Yesterday I was like, eh. And I still feel like it's hard. And I'm not gonna say it wouldn't be difficult, and maybe it could be unlikely. Maybe it won't happen for me, that I'll meet someone here that like does give me, you know, what makes me feel appreciated, and we have good communication, we have that vibe and all those things to even last that long. Maybe that never happens for me, but I do think that it's a possibility. And you know what, I'm gonna start putting myself out there. If I start dating again, like, just, you know, put my conferences back on, maybe, or I'll go out off of my plat, maybe, because some people like you.
Do it.
You'd be surprised how many people, though, like, even though you think Second Life is a social game, most people talk to each other, it's easy. Like, you'd be surprised how many people get on here and then they get a little land and then they stay there a lot, and they just only have people in their circle come. Like, and
I'm
they don't.
hardly on my land. I'm always somewhere.
Yes, she is. You're good at
Yeah.
that because she
But you have-
invites
but
me
you have a
places. Yeah, she invites me
you invite
places.
me
It's fun.
places, Karma, like, literally, you have no idea. Every fun place that I've gone and done is because you pulled me off of my plat.
Yeah,
Like,
so
for the past literally 6 months.
Aw. So we're gonna touch grass in SL and in real life. So
That's
with,
right.
with
Yes.
that being said, thank you guys so much for joining the Let's Be Fucking For Real podcast, and aim for the moon and land on the stars. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey.